Isn't it so cute? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but we are finally back with another Pokemon Sleep video, and it is the start of the holiday event, which is very exciting. Actually, there is like 2 days left until Christmas. But let's choose our next campsite, which would be, I guess let's synchronize first. I didn't use any incenses, but let's just do that in case we run into any issues. But I have been in the tundra for the past couple weeks, and I've yet to encounter Sneasel or Weasel. I forgot to mute my audio from my laptop, so hopefully that didn't pick up audio from my mic. Also, I really miss having a shock mount because, wow, a shock mount does wonders when it comes to audio quality. Like if you compare this audio quality to when I was back in Canada and I had like my shock mount and boom arm, it's insane. So if you buy a very nice mic and you wonder why it's not sounding like other YouTubers, it's probably because you don't have a shock mount or a boom arm. So yeah, and it's been very difficult to find one here in Singapore. I don't know why, but I've been having some trouble finding one, which kind of sucks. Let's see, nothing that I want here. I did find a shiny Toxicroak. Is that the Pokemon? Or the evolved form? Oh yeah, it's Toxicroak. I found a shiny Toxicroak the other day, so maybe we'll go through that together. But let's go through this sleep research. And I'm also recording off my MacBook camera, so yeah, the setup for a while is gonna look a little dingy. But it's gonna be like this just for a couple more weeks until we find a place to rent, and then I have like a proper room that I can buy a desk, set up my setup and have everything good to go. We were also looking around yesterday at Plaza Singapura, and I was looking at the monitors there, and I noticed that there are no curved monitors. I don't know if it's just the area that I was in or if curved monitors are just not popular here. I think I'm gonna give my bonus biscuit to the Croagunk. But yeah, didn't find any monitors that I like. I went to like 4 or 5 different tech audio type shops and couldn't find a shock mount, surprisingly. So yeah, I just kind of feel defeated, and I noticed that Amazon is not as popular here compared to Shopee, but even if I go to Shopee, some of the stuff doesn't arrive until like later, and I'm so used to being Canadian and getting everything like prime shipping the next day. So yeah, if I were to order a shock mount, it's gonna come in like next year. But let's see if this Croagunk is any good. I'm still on a hunt for a oil farming Croagunk. Oh, so this is triple oils. It's an ingredient type Pokemon too. And we've got inventory up, skill trigger helping speed skill trigger, and it is speed of help up, main skill chance down. Ideally, I would have wanted some ingredient finding sub skills in there, but it is what it is. So let's see. Actually, we'll look at the holiday stuff later. Let's go to choosing our next campsite. So I believe that you can either go to green grass or the tundra. I may be wrong. I think maybe it's just at the green grass, which would be nice to go back there because it has been a while since I've been to the green grass. So let's see how this week fares. I already know the sleep report score I'm gonna get is not gonna be the great due to like moving and everything, inconsistent sleep. Yeah, actually it's not that bad. Not as bad as I thought. I do notice that my device kind of has issues when I'm putting it to bed. Let's see, is it just there? Okay, it's just at green grass, which is very okay. Oh, let's take a moment to admire the view because it's so cute. You got the snowman, Pikachu, and then that snow igloo. We got presents. We got a tree. Speaking of tree, let me show you guys my boyfriend a nice Christmas tree for this year. Isn't it so cute? I love it. It's so stinking cute. It was handmade. There are like these artist markets in the mall. So after we ate dinner, we ventured and looked at some of the stuff. and we found this, and I was like, this is the most perfect Christmas tree ever. I would be so happy with it. So then my boyfriend was like, do you want it? We can get it. So he got this for us for this Christmas, and it's just so funny seeing like this little tiny tree with gifts under it, but it's just so beautiful. And I love that it's handmade, so we were supporting a local artist. The girls there were like so nice, but it's so soft, you guys, so soft and so stinking cute. So with that though, we did get a gift with purchase, so I got this for free, and it's so cute. So I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll hang it on my bag just to get into the Christmas spirit, but she had made that as well, and I just find it so cute. So let's go into green grass. The max I have right now, like personal best, is Master 16, so we will see whether or not we will be able to do better. I'm also still dealing with my cough, so I'm coughing throughout this video, but I'm obviously cutting those parts out because I don't want to bust your guys' eardrums. And my voice is like slowly getting back there. So favorite berries, of course there's an ice berry, there's bulk berry, which is ghost type, which is good, and the electric type berry. And my Snorlax this week is requesting stews. Sorry, that was the bone rolling off the chair. It was not a toot. Alright, let's see. Let's collect all of our stuff. Oh my gosh, do you see that? There's a candle in the igloo. So cute. Oh, and the little hollies on the floor. I don't remember what last year's looked like, but I think this year's is cuter. Oh, these are Eevees. The head of the Eevee. Okay, let's collect everything. I think my Ditto might pop its skill if you guys never have seen the skill yet. Oh, it is. Let's see it. It's gonna be a Grubbin. I had Grubbin up because I was collecting coffees. Let's do... Oh, Skeledirge didn't do anything. I'm gonna save these two because these are healers, so I want to use that skill after I feed them food. Let's see what we can make. We don't have much options. Let's do the spicy leek curry. Let's throw in some apples, honey, some milk, some beans for protein, and that's gonna be our first meal of the day. And no crit, which is unfortunate but expected. And it has been officially over 1 week since I've been here in Singapore, and I have so many thoughts and feelings. I did film a little like vlog diaries, just like going over the journey of moving here and then getting acclimated to the area and like building the courage to leave outside on my own and stuff. So yeah, life as a Canadian starting her life in Singapore. So I'll probably have that out like either today or tomorrow, and that will be like a really deep dive into my thoughts and experience. Let's see who I should bring out. Okay, so my go-to is the Ninja Curry, so I need a Charizard, I need my Gengar out. I also need to start collecting a lot more beans, so let's quickly swap out our team before we do all of that. So Umbreon, we don't need no more. Let's bring out Quackbull, beans, and a Charizard for mushrooms. And let's see, oops, I think I'll switch out my Ditto Dave to bring in my Gengar, who will farm us mushrooms. So this is a team. This is what we're working with. I always have my healer there. I do apologize in advance for a lot of the cuts because I don't know what it is. I'm phlegmy today, so I'm coughing a lot. But I think that I'm at that stage where I'm almost like healed from whatever I've got, because before I was like a very dry cough and now it's like phlegmy. So I feel like that's my body's way of letting me know I'm almost done. So I already collected the incense for the Snow Santa Hat Eevee. And once we get to Ultra 1, we get the Alolan Vulpixs incense. How exciting is that? Master 1 will give me the Palmy incense. And they're just so cute. Palmy is such a cute Christmas Pokemon, I must say. I mean, I don't think of it as Christmas, but it totally like suits the vibe and everything, right? Now let's pick up our sleep points after Snorlax is done growing. Got 100%, which is good, because the other nights haven't really been the best for me. Let's pick up our daily gift. We got an ingredient ticket. Now, let's look at the holiday event stuff. So, happy holidays! This week-long event is a special time where Ice-type Pokemon are particularly active. During this event, certain Pokemon such as Vulpix, the Alolan form, and Snover will appear on Greengrass Isle. You may even meet Pikachu or Eevee wearing a red hat or a shiny Pokemon. We love shiny Pokemon here. Spam the shiny charm if you have it. There will be various other bonuses as well, including opportunities to get double or more Dream Shards during sleep research and to use the Candy Boost function, which is amazing. Also, Dream Gifts will be delivered to Snorlax's side on Tuesday the 24th and on Wednesday the 25th. So Christmas Eve and Christmas, we are getting little gifts. We hope you're looking forward to this. So the event period is going on today, Monday, and it'll end on December the 30th. It's only going to be on Greengrass Isle. And these are the following effects that will trigger for the event. So all day, certain Pokemon will be likely to appear during sleep research. Main skill Dream Shard Magnet S will be twice as effective. Might be a good time to bring out my shiny Lucario, who never sees the daylight. You may meet a shiny Pokemon. You also will get the chance to use the limited time Candy Boost function. The Snorlax in the event area will have Rostberry set as one of his favorite berries. And I don't have any Pokemon who are Ice type that is worth using, so yeah, I gotta find one. The other two are random, which we saw. Each time an Ice type helper Pokemon brings you an ingredient during regular helping, it will have one extra. And the chance of an Ice type helper Pokemon's main skill being triggered will be multiplied by 1.5, so I'm really losing out on these sorts of bonuses. The main skill level for Ice-type Pokemon will also be boosted by 1, and Pokemon of different sleep types will appear regardless of the sleep type that you get for that day. So, for December 24th, you can receive a limited time Dream Gift, and researchers will gain twice the usual amount of Dream Shards through that sleep research. So that's only on Christmas Eve. Now, on Christmas Day, we will receive a limited time Dream Gift, and researchers will gain 3 times the usual number of Dream Shards through sleep research, 3 times. And researchers will also receive 1,225, which is the number for December 25th, for sleep bonuses. If you guys know what the Dream Gifts are, please don't say it in the comment section, because I'm not sure what it is, and I want to stay surprised, and I want to keep it a surprise for everyone else as well who don't know already. So on the last day of the event, researchers will gain 3 times the usual number of Dream Shards. And then on the other days, researchers will gain twice the usual number of Dream Shards. So yeah, there's a lot of Dream Shards because you do need Dream Shards in order to use the Candy Boost function, which uses quite a lot of Dream Shards, I must say. Let's see how much I have. So if I go to bags, I go to items. Right now, I can't look here, but I do have all these Dream Clusters. I am maxed rank. So if I decide to use them, I'll get a lot, because the higher rank you are, the more Dream Shards you get when you're using that. So let's see how many Dream Shards I actually have. So I forget how to check how many Dream Shards you have, so I'm just gonna go through this profile here. But this is how much Dream Shards I have. So I have like 320k, which is a pretty good amount. Oh, the Candy Boost I can use right now. So let's see how much it'll... I can't even max out my Quackable. But you get the most bang for your buck if you're using the boost on lower level Pokemon. The higher it is, the more resources it uses, and the more expensive it gets too. So there is that to note. So if you guys find a good Alolan Vulpixs or a Palmy, it would be a good opportunity to use that. Also, let's go to the sleep research while I just like talk a little bit about Singapore so far. The weather here is humid, so my skin is always feeling like a little bit damp, and because of that I feel like there's always like I could feel when a speck of dust sits on it and it gets like itchy, so I always have to like fling it out of the way. Also, in Canada I was leaning more towards a oily combination skin, but now that I'm here it's becoming oily again, you know? Which is good and bad. Good because it keeps you young, bad because my pores will just be more prone to blockage, which means acne. So my first week here I did experience a little bit of breakouts, but it's getting a lot better now. And yeah, you just have to constantly stay hydrated. I'm already not that great at drinking water, but I have to make an effort, a conscious effort to drink a lot of water in order to stay hydrated. And overall, the weather hasn't been as bad. I know that we are in the rainier season, so temperature-wise, it's not as hot as it gets in summer, obviously, but I feel like the mornings and the night times are much more bearable just because you're not under the afternoon sun, which is when it really gets hot and you could feel it, especially if you're walking somewhere that's just like pavement and there's no trees for shade. But the AC here, especially in the malls and in the MRT, wow, that is like really good AC. So I get cold and I have to bring a cardigan with me, otherwise I'm like, I get too chilly. Cypher found a shiny Haunter, because that's what my boyfriend keeps saying. But yeah, let me show you guys my shiny later. And also the food here, holy cow, the food here makes food in Canada look like a joke. I'm sorry, I must say, like the food court food is just so delicious. I had some satay, the best satay I've ever had. And in Canada, the best satay I've had was probably at this like fancier fusion spot, and you know it's gonna like cost you quite a bit. But here in the food court, it was so cheap and it was so damn delicious. We also tried the oyster omelet, which is, I believe, a Singaporean thing, and I love that. If you love oysters and like the flavor of oyster, I feel like you'll really like that as well. So my boyfriend and I love that so much. And we also kaya toast, super delicious breakfast item, which I enjoy. But honestly, I would say there's nothing that I've eaten here so far that was like meh to me, you know? One thing I do notice is that fruits are so expensive here, like nearly double the cost of what I could get back in Canada, which is crazy because when I was in Canada, I was like, wow, fruits are so expensive. But now that I'm here, I'm like, damn, this is expensive for portion sizes that are much smaller than what I could find in Canada as well. So yeah, that's one thing I miss, is the accessibility of fruits. When we were at Plaza Singapura yesterday, we saw this little, like, on the first floor, there are like raffles and stuff, and there was a raffle for fruits, which I found interesting, and I get it. But then again, I know it's not just Singapore where fruits are expensive. I know that in Japan it's notoriously expensive as well, and it's usually given out as like gifts or like a luxury item. If you've watched anime and you've seen when someone's in the hospital and then like someone brings very nice fruit baskets or apples and they'll peel it for them and everything. Yeah, it's like a luxury. But other than that, I feel like I'm slowly getting used to my life here. Slowly-ish. I feel like it would help a lot more if we had a place that we are renting that we can call our own and like have our own furniture. But other than that, sometimes I have moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not on vacation right now. Like this is gonna be home for probably the next couple of years, you know? And my lips have been so dry in Canada, and I thought that being here it would be a lot better, which it is getting a lot better, but my hands and my lips are still dry, so I have to be careful not to like laugh too wide, or I might reopen the cracks in the corners here. And yeah, I love that there's a Don Quixote. I love that there's Muji here. I love the accessibility of food. I love how people forward it is when it comes to how the city functions. Like, I was sick, right? But I had an app that I downloaded. I didn't even need to have health insurance. I just had to put in like my passport ID number, and I was able to meet with a doctor. He was able to prescribe me medicine for my throat. He said that it sounds like I had a viral infection just based on the sound of my voice. So I was prescribed that, and in 3 hours the medicine came straight to my door, which was so convenient, so I didn't even have to leave. And it was just like, wow, the quality of life here, I'm telling you guys, it's insane. Like, I much prefer the quality of life here, living in Singapore, so far from what I've seen compared to what Canada has to offer, which I know might be a big thing to say, even though I've only been here for a week. But before moving here, when we announced the news to family and friends, I've had a lot of family and friends and like colleagues as well who would tell me that if they were given the choice, they would move here too, or like they knew a family member who moved here and they absolutely loved it. And yeah, so I had like expectations coming here, but even with those big expectations I've had, Singapore is really like, you gotta see it to believe it, because it exceeded my expectations, I must say. Also, I've noticed, this might be like TMI or a little gross, but in Canada, I've noticed that when I shower the next day, my scalp, I could smell it. Like if I scratch my scalp and then I smell my fingers, which I know is gross, but it's like this, it's just, I smell my scalp, you know? So when I do that here, my scalp doesn't smell, and my boyfriend is like, wow, this is like the best I've smelled your scalp like since Japan. I don't know what it is about Asian, or the water is in Asia. I've noticed that in the Philippines, in Japan, and I've noticed that here too. But my scalp is just thriving. Although I do have to say it is a little itchy, like sometimes, I don't know if it's the humidity, but or maybe my scalp just adapting, but it does get a little itchy sometimes. So overall, my boyfriend and I are in the process of viewing places right now to rent, and we viewed 2 places yesterday, so we're just trying to narrow down like what our preferences are, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. And then the fun thing will be furniture shopping, setting up our space, and finally feeling a little bit more at home. Like, I don't want to sound too much like a princess, but the sofa and the accommodation that we're in right now, like, it looks pretty gross. So I don't dare lounge on it or like lay down to watch TV, because I don't know, I'm kind of a germaphobe, and also the sofa just looks nasty, you know? And also because of the heat, the ends of my hair gets like so frizzy, and my blow dryer isn't like high speed as it is here because of the voltage change difference. Luckily mine's international one, so I could switch the voltage, but when I do that, it's like just so weak here. So actually I feel like blow drying it has kind of killed my hair, because I have to blow dry it for longer under heat, and my hair is pretty long, so air drying it in the humidity is not going to be ideal, because it's going to take a while, right? So I don't know, I feel like, should I just cut my hair, like collarbone length, cut my hair, or leave it? Because I've gone through such a process of growing it, you know, so I've become quite attached to it. So I don't know, I'm still figuring that out. I do want to do a head spa though, because it's cheaper here in Asia to do like head spa treatments, which are really nice, and it just feels like so relaxing when they really get into your scalp. And yeah, so first week here, overall really great experience. We haven't done too much because we're just like situating ourselves, getting government stuff done, and just trying to figure out our living situation. But if you want to hear more or get a more better glimpse of what my life looks like so far day to day, then yeah, look out for the moving vlog that I'm going to post out soon. And yeah, that is my little check-in. We will see tomorrow whether or not we find any cool Pokemon. Hopefully we do. I'm really hoping between Pommy and Vulpix that I find a good Alolan Vulpix, because it is so like girly pop princess vibes and it's like so right up my alley. Actually, one more thing I want to note. If I have any like female Singaporeans watching, or just like women who or people who wear makeup and they live in like humid climates, what are we doing to like set the face? Because I have a powder on, which I always do to set my face and help with like the shine and everything, but I feel like halfway throughout the day I'm definitely noticing the shine. I do use a blotting paper, but are we using setting spray? Like, is there a favorite setting spray that we like to use here in Asia? Definitely let me know. Your girl would truly appreciate it. But yeah, this is my little ramble. It's getting close to 30 minutes, but it's probably going to be like 26 because I have to chop off all the coughing scenes. But yeah, wishing you all good luck on this holiday week, and it's almost Christmas soon. Do you guys celebrate Christmas? I mean, I like to do the little traditions because it makes it like cute, but Christmas is really what you make of it, you know? So I will see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it every time you do. Don't forget to join us in the Discord as well if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.